What's up, guys? Joel Hoffman here, coming to you straight from the underground. Underground motivation lifting people from rock bottom. What I want to talk about today, man, is how we have these recurring thoughts, these recurring events that happen in our mind of the past, of maybe traumatic experiences or things that were really bad that happened to you, maybe some really bad memories, just like some bad shit that you went through. And what I wanted to talk about is like a lot of us that went through this is whenever we might have had a parent that left. Like a lot of our parents might have went through divorce, but a lot of us, a large percentage of the country went through some point of time where their parents separated. And maybe some of us, we didn't see our parents again at all. Maybe we didn't see them for a long time. I know me personally, I went from the time I was about 7 to about 17 without really seeing my dad. He wasn't around. And I remember sitting by the phone, like waiting for him to call. Like he started coming on the weekends after they split up. And then, he stopped coming. And I remember how broken I was about that, man, and how it created this internal belief. Like I just felt like, man, I guess the son of a bitch just don't love me. I guess he don't want me. I guess I'm not good enough for him to come get, or I'm not good enough for him to fight for. And it caused a lot of pain. So as I was trying to change my own mind state and how I process things mentally, you got to really change some core beliefs. So as I go back and I try to redefine some things in my past and change these core beliefs of what I believe about myself, this is one of the things that I found, like, of why that kind of leads me to depression sometimes, is because I have this deep core belief. Because like one of those things that was one thing that contributed, my dad not showing up, and it just made me feel bad, like it was my fault. So as I started understanding things, and I was researching yesterday of how our thoughts and how the things, our perceptions of the way that our subconscious mind is wired and programmed through all our internal beliefs, everything that we have been through in our life, that we create our own reality by these ingredients that we put in. So it's like, once you change the ingredients up and make the right ingredients, then that's how we change our reality and eventually change our behavior. So what I was thinking about is the truth. Like, the truth is like, my dad did love me. He did want to come get me, but he had his own problems that he had to deal with. He was, overcoming alcoholism, or being an alcoholic, and in his own depression, man, and going through his own negative shit. And just deep down, I believe that he didn't think that it was possible. Like, he didn't think that he could come have the fight to get me. He didn't think that it would work. He didn't think that he was probably not good enough. He probably felt like so maybe some of us as parents feel sometimes, like we're just not good enough. Like, he probably felt like he was a bad influence on me, and that he was kind of bad, or maybe he just didn't feel like it was worth it. What he used to tell me is, like, I knew one day that you would grow up, like, but yeah, you didn't think about all the time that I spent hurting, or how that fucked up my subconscious mind, which that's okay. We all make mistakes, and I forgive him for that. But understanding that it wasn't because he didn't love me, or because I wasn't worth it. It wasn't because of that. It was his own fucked up mistakes. So I want you guys to think about that. There might be some pain that went through. Maybe your mother or father left you. Maybe you didn't ever see him again. Maybe you didn't see him for a while. And I want you to understand that wasn't your fault. You are not the reason why that happened. And if we continue to put that on ourselves and hold that pain and carry around that baggage with us, it makes life a lot harder, and it messes up the way that we perceive things in our reality. It fucks up our ingredients in our mind. So think about that. Like, don't believe that. Change that perception of what you believe. If you went through that and you're one of those people that believe that, and it's hard not to. It's hard not to take that on and on ourselves as a responsibility, because we're the one, right? We're the kid that was there. So it might have been a problem with the relationship. Maybe your mother and father just wasn't good together and they couldn't get along. Maybe it was a toxic relationship. Maybe they felt like it was the worst thing for them to stay together and have you there. It happens sometimes, but the important thing is to understand that it's not your fault. They have their own problems, their own issues to go through, that they went through every day, and it's their fault. Yes, it's their fault, and that's something that you can't hold on yourself. So I want you to release that burden from yourself, give it back to them, and understand that they did love you, that you are loved, that it isn't your fault. There's nothing wrong with you. And once you start changing these internal beliefs, that all this shit in your past, then you can start redefining some things in your mind. You can start going through these situations in your mind and just try to take a third party perspective. Like, try to look at these situations that really cause you pain, that if you keep having these recurring memories of events, of these experiences, like, try to take a third party view and see it from the outside looking in, like, and then realize, like, maybe you don't have to take all the responsibility. Maybe that person is fucked up. Maybe they need help. Once you understand the pain of what somebody else is going through, like if somebody lashes out on you and they're very angry, like if you're at the gas station or something, they're just somebody that lashes out on you and they're so angry and you're like, man, I didn't even do anything. Like I was just standing in line or something like that. Just think about the amount of pain that person might be going through instead of, damn, what did I do wrong? Like those people are going through pain. And once you understand that they're fucked up, then you kind of feel sorry for them, but it helps you redefine that situation, and it helps you control the way that you perceive things, and the way you control and the way that you perceiving these things and taking them in. That's going to help you control your reality. That's going to help you control your behaviors. So I know there's a lot of triggers out there that cause people depression, anger. I know that I deal with them. So I just wanted to tell you guys one thing that's really helped me overcome these reoccurring negative thoughts and these negative self-beliefs. Like whenever I no longer put that on myself that my dad left, then I felt a big burden of come off me. Like, well, maybe it wasn't my fault. And he told me this years ago, like when I met him again, whenever I was 17, like he told me all this, but it really took me a long fucking time. It wasn't until recently that I really let this weight be lifted off my chest, and I understood him and I understood the situation, and I no longer had to keep those chains of that weight bearing me down of all that pain that I went through. Then I let it go, and I was like, okay, I understand now. So take time to understand things. Let that pain go. I want you guys to focus on all the positive today. Let that depression go. Let those reoccurring events of the past go. Try to redirect your mind to positive things. Try to do things that are going to motivate you, whether it might be get up and run or anything to activate that high energy level where you got to beat on your chest like a gorilla. Whatever it takes to activate yourself to get up out of that poor state, that really down, depressed state, because something's telling me to make this video today, because I know I go through it and I gotta fight through it every day. Like that's why I'm confident that I can motivate other people and I can motivate you guys, is because I have to motivate myself every damn day. Like I have to overcome all these bad thoughts, all this fucked up programming, all this depression, all these emotions. Like I have to overcome them, and that's why I feel like I can help other people. I know that I can help other people because I gotta do it my damn self. So like Zero said, you can't tell a motherfucker how to fly a plane if you ain't never been up in the cockpit, man. So the things I talk about, I've been in the cockpit, and I want to help you guys. Just let the past go. Let those reoccurring events go. Let's focus on the positive. You guys have a great day, and remember, you can do more than what you know.